Alright, are we clear? Yep. So welcome back to my channel and welcome to my attempt at a weekly reading vlog. Obviously I'm freshly showered and have all the acne to show for it. So it is Sunday, May 1st. It is 7 p.m. and I'm getting ready to pick up my first read for May. This week, as far as readathons are concerned, I have the final book support group for the next 2 weeks. So starting on May 2nd and running through the 15th, so that's tomorrow, Monday, through the following Sunday. And the final book support group, the whole idea behind it is just to read either the last book in a series or the next book in a series. Last time this readathon happened, I didn't read anything for it, so that's good. This time around, I do have a small stack of things that I would like to get to. And also this weekend, starting on the 5th and running through the 8th, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is the Mafia Romance Readathon. So I basically have the first 3 days of this week to catch up on my final books, and that's what this vlog will be for. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will be living my best Sophie Lark reading life. So these are my options for tonight. I haven't really decided what I'm in the mood for. So this would be the start of a series. We have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Rye from Rye's Reading Corner and Marissa from the Genre Garden are doing a read-along for this whole series. And so this is the first book in the series, so this is the book for May. I've been wanting to read a Victoria Aveyard book for a while now. I've been following her on TikToks, and I think she's a really fascinating person, and I would love to try out her writing to see if it's for me. I don't know much about this, and I'd kind of like to keep it that way so I can be surprised. And then the other 4 books are continuations. So we have Take a Hint, Dani Brown, which is the second book in the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert. These are just really cute, contemporary, kind of smutty romance books. I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown either earlier this year or last year, and I really enjoyed it. So I do plan on finishing the trilogy in these 2 weeks, but this is the one that I have pulled up for that I might be in the mood for now. I also have This Coven Won't Break by Isabel Sterling. This is the second book in the, I don't know, it's the sequel to These Witches Won't Burn. It's a YA sapphic series about these modern day witches who live in Salem, and I remember the last one ended on a cliffhanger, and I just never got around to reading this one. I really like this author's writing style. I think it's very easy to read. It's very like teen movie-esque, I guess. The characters are really relatable. It's an interesting plot. I would love to get back into this. I also have Across the Green Grass Field by Shannon McGuire. This is one of the books in the Wayward Children series. I don't own Where the Drowned Girls Go, so this is the last one that I own that I can read. I love this series so far, so I would love to get caught up on that. And finally, I have Crossed by Ali Condi. Again, it'd be nice to finish this trilogy at the very least this month. This is a fun YA dystopic series from the 2000s where Cassia lives in this world that is kind of ruled by all of these different rules to keep the society in line. There are different pills, the red pill, the blue pill, the green pill, that can do things for people. They get matched with a person in their society, I guess, when they turn, I think it's 15. Yeah, the first book was a good time. It ended on a cliffhanger with Cassia going to meet up with somebody in her world, so I would love to get to this. But as far as tonight, I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling crossed. 7 o'clock. Maybe, who is this one about? Let's see. This one is about Reagan, who loves and is loved. Though her school friend situation has become complicated of late, when she suddenly finds herself thrust through a doorway that asks her to be sure, before swallowing her whole, Reagan must learn to live in a world filled with centaurs, kelpies, and other magical equines. A world that expects its human visitors to step up and be heroes. But after embracing her time with the herd, Reagan discovers that not all forms of heroism are equal, and not all quests are as they seem. Maybe we'll start with this. Since it's a world I know, it's nice and short. I should probably save this for Book-a-thon, because I don't know what else I have that's short. But I don't want to. I kind of want to read this now. So that's what we're gonna do. I will just hopefully, fingers crossed, check in with you later. Alright, so it is Monday, May 2nd. It is 6 p.m. I have my handy dandy Fairyloot letter opener, and I have my Fairyloot adult box. I'm assuming this is the April or May box. I don't freaking know. So we're gonna open this and see what book is in here. I'm not even really sure. So it just feels good to have my little dagger back. Ooh, ooh. Squiggles! We have our spoiler card. Oh, so this, I did know what this was. I thought it was going to be the Holly Black book, but that must be next month or a different box. I'm not really sure. So, here's our spoiler card. The book is City of Dusk by Tara Sim. Our featured book of the month is City of Dusk, the first book in an epic, dark fantasy trilogy that follows the 4 heirs of 4 noble houses, each gifted with a divine power. It is perfect for readers that love bone and shadow magic, vengeful gods, and defiant chosen ones. The Fairyloot exclusive edition comes with an exclusive cover, sprayed edges, a design on the end papers, foil embossing, a ribbon bookmark, and is signed by the author. So, without further ado, we've got our little Fairyloot bag. Oh man, she thick. She thick. Can I even get it out? She thick. Oh, they're plain black sprayed edges. That's kind of disappointing. Alright, so here is the cover. I believe the colors are inverted. I think on the original cover for City of Dusk, I think all of this is black. So we have this. Our sprayed edges are just dark black on all sides. Was the Atlas 6 one just black? Hold on. Oh no. So the Atlas 6 book had stenciling on it, but this one is just all black. Ooh, I do like the foiling. So under the dust jacket, we've got this gold foiling. Got gold foiling on the spine, and the back is solid matte black. Our end papers have the skull, like lacy looking design, and then we have our signed tip-in page. Okay, so it says, for each realm there is a god, and for each god there is an heir. What is this about? The four realms, life, death, light, and darkness, all converge on the city of Dusk, ruled by the four noble houses of Nexus. But Nexus, isn't that the cult? The sex cult? Or no, that was Nexium? Maybe? I don't know. Edit that out. But the gods have withdrawn their favor from the once vibrant and thriving city, and without it, all the realms are dying. Unwilling to stand by and watch the destruction, the four heirs, Risha, a necromancer, struggling to keep the peace, Angelica, the elementalist with her eyes set on the throne, Tassia, a shadow-wielding rogue with rebellion in her heart. I do like a good rogue. And Neek, a soldier who struggles to see the light, will sacrifice everything to save the city, but their defiance will cost them dearly. The City of Dusk is the first in a trilogy. Okay, so I love the foiling, but everything else is like meh, dare I say, just kind of meh. I'm excited for the book though. It does sound fun, and there's necromancy and magic, and it is 540 pages. 543 pages, my god. So yeah, there is the second installment in the Fairyloot adult book only box. On the edge of my cover is a little cut. Alright, so plans for this evening. I did order a PlayStation last week, a PlayStation 4. So I'm going to go play Horizon Zero Dawn for a little bit. And then I also would like to finish Across the Greengrass Field tonight, so that I can jump into one of my next final books. I'm thinking, I'm not in an audiobook mood yet, but I'm thinking I need to, well, okay. So the Mafia read-along starts Thursday. So I have tomorrow, Wednesday, to finish up something, whatever I'm reading before the Mafia reading. So if I finish Across the Greengrass Field, I might, I don't know. Part of me wants to start Assassin's Quest, because I don't have a current audiobook. But this is very chunky to start. I don't know. We will figure it out when we get there, because I haven't even, I think I'm on like chapter 2 of Across the Greengrass Field. So I'm not even anywhere close to thinking about what my next read is. So yeah, I will just check in later. welcome back to my vlog. I swear this is a different day, even though my hair probably looks about the same and wet, and I'm wearing the same t-shirt. Whatever. So anyway, it is Tuesday. It is May 3rd, and I picked up this book last night just on a whim because I was in the mood for something lighthearted. And I also misplaced my copy of Across the Green Grass Field, so I picked this up. So I picked up Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. This book, along with Eve Brown, are both on my TBR for these next 2 weeks for Final Book Support Group. I did read Chloe Brown a couple months ago, and I liked it okay, but it wasn't like my favorite thing ever. But oh my lord, this book had me cackling. I am on page 42. I watched some like late night cruise sprints last night, and that's how I got so sort of far. I'm listening on audiobook because it's available on Scribd, so why not? But it is so funny. I think that Dani is going to be my favorite Brown sister, depending on what happens in the Eve book. But it was just so funny. So Dani is a PhD student, and Zafir Zaf is like a security guard at the like college that she goes to school / works at, and they are friends, and it's going to be a friends to lovers trope with some fake dating, because one day they're in this building and there is a routine like safety drill, like fire drill, and of course Dani is in the elevator when the fire drill goes off, and so Zaf opens up the elevator door and saves her out of the elevator. And I just got to the part where there's a viral video of him carrying her out of the elevator, and she has like the Bambi eyes at him, and I'm living for it. It's that, honestly. I love it. I love me some fake dating. I love me some friends to lovers, if that's where this is going. And I just love the banter and like the way that it's written. Like, this part had me laughing. See, what Zaf really wanted was to be happy, and he'd read enough romance novels. Yep, we've got another hero, yeah. We've got another hero who reads romance novels. Yes, please. So he'd read enough romance novels to know how to make it happen. First, you reach your goals and shit. He was working on that part. Second, you found a good woman who made you think bad thoughts, and you lived happily ever after with her. Dani was a good woman who made him think filthy thoughts, but he'd known her long enough to realize there'd be no happily ever after. So excited. So I just sort of want to breeze through that. But I have my handy dandy knife here because my book of the month came, and I figured we could open it and look, because there's actually a book in this that I'm excited for. I'm literally never excited for book of the month books, but there's one in here that I'm very intrigued by. So for once, I had a good time picking my book, and it's on top. I know, I've got great taste this time. So I got Darling Girl by Liz Mikulski. So this is a Peter Pan retelling. Look at this cover. There's the Big Ben. So awesome. Alright, so the description of this one. Life is looking up for Holly Darling, granddaughter of Wendy. Yes, that Wendy. She's running a successful skincare company. Her son Jack is happy and healthy, and the tragedy of her past is well behind her. Until she gets a call from her daughter Eden, who has been in a coma for nearly a decade, has gone missing from the estate where she's been long tucked away. And worst of all, Holly knows who must be responsible. Peter Pan, who is not only very real, but very dangerous. Eden has a rare condition, a secret that Holly is desperate to protect, especially from Eden's half-brother Jack, who knows nothing about his sister or the crucial role she plays in his life. Holly has no one to turn to. Her mother Jane is the only other person in the world who knows that Peter is more than just a story, but she refuses to accept that he is not the hero that she's always imagined. Desperate, Holly enlists the help of Christopher Cook, a notorious ex-soldier, in the hopes of rescuing Eden before she leaves both of her children. Darling Girl brings all the magic of the classic Peter Pan story to the present, while also exploring the dark underpinnings of fairy tales, grief, aging, sacrifice, motherhood, and just how far we will go to protect those we love. So that's exciting. A nice good old fairy tale retelling. I'm actually so hyped to pick this up. And then I have The Change by Kirsten Miller. This cover just speaks to me. Look at the beautiful purple and that bright pink. Of course the regular naked hardback isn't that great, but I love the contrast between the dark purple and the pink. Kiki Strike series. Okay, so what do we have here? A gloriously sharp and funny modern saga about three women who discover that midlife brings a whole new type of empowerment, putting them on a collision course with the evil that lurks in their wealthy beach town. Okay, this does not sound like my cup of tea, but again, look at the cover. After Nessa James's husband dies and her twin daughters leave for college, she's left all alone in a trim white house near the ocean. In the quiet of her late 40s, the former nurse begins to hear voices. It doesn't take long for Nessa to realize that the voices calling out to her belong to the dead, a gift she's inherited from her grandmother, which comes with special responsibilities. On the cusp of 50, suave advertising director Harriet Osborne has just witnessed the implosion of her lucrative career and her marriage. She hasn't left her house in months. From the outside, it appears as if she and her garden have both gone to seed, but Harriet's life is far from over. In fact, she's undergone a stunning and very welcome metamorphosis. Ambitious former executive Joe Levison has spent 30 long years at war with her body. The free-floating rage and hot flashes that arrive with menopause feel like the very last straw, until she realizes she can channel them and finally comes into her power. Guided by voices only Nessa can hear, the trio discovers a teenage girl whose body was abandoned by a remote beach. The police have written the victim off, but the women refuse to buy into the official narrative. Their investigation leads to more bodies and to the town's most exclusive and isolated enclave, a world of stupendous wealth where the rules don't apply. With their newfound powers, Joe, Nessa, and Harriet will take matters into their own hands. So this sounds like it has a bit of supernatural, a bit of like a mystery. Oh yeah, and it has like the, what are they, the Scottish like thistle type flowers on it. So I'm excited. This is like a toss-up. This I'm definitely hyped for. This is like, we'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm going to get to reading my book, I suppose, and hopefully I'll check in again today. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow's the last day for this vlog, because then Thursday I start the Mafia reading, which is exciting because I found a really good book. Hopefully, what is hopefully going to be a really good book that I look forward to reading at the end of the week. So
as soon as they got home, most books go through. That was actually intriguing.